And yes, that's right. We're live. What's up, folks? What is going on, everyone? Welcome back again to Snug Wrestling. You already know who I am. I'm the host. My name is Edgar. And a lot of people probably already know who these two gentlemen are right here.
Woo!
Heavyweight commentary, Big K-Dawg and Breezy. What's up, folks? What's going on?
Woo! It's your boys in the building, baby.
Yeah.
Representing. Got the official notebook, the playbook. Of course, rocking the hoodie. It's heavyweight commentary all day, baby. Thank you
Heavyweight
for having
commentary,
us.
man. That's right. So can I get one of those hoodies? Where can I get one of those?
Bro,
You know,
heavyweightshop.com.
say less. I got you. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Yo, let's
There you go.
go.
Yeah, put that in the
Heavyweight shop.
chat. Gotta let them know. Oh, there it is right there. Heavyweightshop.com. Get your stuff for your heavyweight commentary gimmicks. Man,
Yeah.
so your guys is so you guys cover wrestling. Well, you guys try to cover wrestling, right? As much as
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
is there
Sometimes we get off on a little bit of a tangent, if you know what I mean.
Oh yes, I know what you mean. But we're gonna try our best to stay on wrestling, and if not, it's okay. It don't matter. There is a lot of stuff that's going on in wrestling that I wanted to get your guys's perspective on and see how you guys feel about everything, like the road to WrestleMania, for example. We're gonna try to get into that. We got some crazy news that has been coming out recently, just today, actually. Um, and I just wanna ask you guys. So,
Woo! Let's go.
did you guys
Get it.
watch Dynamite last night?
I
Dang,
did.
guy.
I recorded it and watched it later.
Okay,
I,
Breezy,
I
did you get
don't
the chance to watch this? Man, this craziness of Dynamite that we saw.
only thing I saw, bro. I did my best to catch up this today, and I saw Will Ospreay versus Tenosuke Takeshita. That's it.
Okay, well then I probably should have done that too because I think everything else on the show except for that main event was worth watching, and I get a lot of heat for this, but man, that show was brutal. It was hard to watch. Um,
Oh,
and this was, and again, I'm not trying to make fun or anything. People think like, oh, you're just, you just an AEW hater, da, da, da. But we just came back from signing all these people 2 weeks ago. We had the big
Yep.
business show. We had
mm-hmm.
a sold out arena. The show the week after that, it was pretty good too. There were still a lot of people there. But then this week just went back to just regular old AEW. So, Big K-Dawg, let me start with you first. What do you
Holla.
think? What do you think is going on there? Like, how did you feel about watching like the show last night? What did you tell me? What your thoughts about Dynamite?
Yeah, there was a couple of good points, but what I see from a fan's perspective is they struggle a little bit with continuity of creativity. And
Yes.
Breezy and I have talked about this before. I think a lot of it really has to do the style that they wrestle is a little more aggressive. So what happens is you get guys that are moving in and out of being active wrestlers because of injuries and things like that. So
Yes.
creative has a hard time of putting together a smooth transitioning product, which you're used to seeing with WWE or some of the other shows because they have stricter regulations on what guys can do and how they move. They really train their guys and gals to perform at a certain way and a certain
Mm-hmm.
level, and they don't go much outside of those parameters because they can keep things going.
Yes.
Barring something outrageous where somebody slips and falls and blows a knee out or something like that, Seth Rollins is going to be there next week. Uh, Ricochet is going to be there next week. All these people are going to be there, so you can create long storylines, which we as fans want to see. But when you have these guys that are competing at such a high level, trying to outwork the other person and outmaneuver the other person, injuries happen, and so it makes it difficult to make a congruent show, because it's kind of like Breezy said it, and he'll back me up on this. It's like Tony Khan is playing fantasy wrestling booking with his talent.
Oh, he said it. Oh, yes, I love that.
Like he shakes people up in a bag and just like throws them at the ring, and whatever two hit the ring, it's like, all right, you guys fight.
Yes.
So some of the stuff doesn't make sense.
Yes. I'm glad that you say that, because I agree with a lot of that what you said there. But Breezy, you seem a little surprised by when I said that show was brutal. What did you think about Dynamite?
Dude, you know what? From what I saw, and like I said, I saw the opening with Will Ospreay and Tenosuke Takeshita. Well, I'm sorry, not Takeshita. I'm sorry. This was Shibata. Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah.
This was Shibata. Not to be confused with the bread. Okay. Now, having said that,
I always do.
I know, right? I love that match. That match was a banger.
Yeah.
But no, I can't speak to the whole Dynamite because I didn't see this episode of Dynamite. But I will say, over time, and you're keeping up with Dynamite and what they're doing, I would agree with Big K-Dawg, man. I don't see a lot of congruency. I don't see a lot of consistency. You got guys like, for example, Brian Cage is going to be in our neck of the woods very soon. I'm like, why is Brian Cage getting a title shot at a local indie show and not on Dynamite? Or not at a AEW pay-per-view? You got guys like Brian Cage. I don't know who's booking, but I would feature guys like Brian Cage. Why is Hook and Chris Jericho a match and a featured storyline in 2024? I'm sorry, but what are we doing? And the Hook goes over on Chris Jericho and is a legitimate threat. You can't sell me that Hook is a tough guy. You can't sell it.
Wow. Not a hook. You're not a hooker, huh? You're not a hooker.
Whoa, pause. Hold up. Yo, listen, on our show, that's a pause, though.
No, I mean a Hook fan. My bad.
What the heck?
That came out wrong.
Right there. That's crazy. No, on a serious note, though. On a serious note, no, it's not the guys themselves. I'm having a problem with who they're choosing to book and how. I just, you know what I'm saying? It's like Will Ospreay, hands down. Him and Shibata, it made sense. But then you'll put a Hook on there. Then you'll throw on, I'm sorry, I don't think Sky Blue is a bad girl. Okay, just the week before, she's running around and she's doing her thing as a baby face, and she's a buttermilk baby face. I don't buy her as a bad girl. I'm sorry. I don't buy that Chris Statlander beat Jade all that time ago, and she's so legitimate and she should get the top of the heap. Where is Britt Baker?
Oh, and what about oh man, I still can't believe this actually happened. When Riho defeated Willow a few weeks ago, I was like, man, what is
I love Rio's wrestling style. But seriously, bro, Rio could not beat my 16-year-old daughter, let alone my wife.
She can be my 9-year-old daughter now.
Bro, come on. She's not gonna take you meet Rio in a dark alley and where's the threat?
Nah, not at all.
So that's my issue with Dynamite overall, is that some of the booking you're just like, not Samoa Joe being champ, awesome. But you're just like, huh?
Yeah, that's what that's what I was afraid of when big business started. You got Mercedes, you got Ospreay that you just signed, and Okada you just signed, and even me, I was like, man, this is gonna be crazy. This is dope. AEW is gonna turn things around. This is a new era. And then 2 weeks later, and it's like 3,500 people in the arena again, and the matches are just like, you see what K-Dawg, back me up here. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've had this conversation a lot on our channel, and I defer a lot to another creator. I don't know if you know him. Now his name blanks my mind. Anyways, he used to write for OVW.
Oh yes, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Not
Suplex Media.
Suplex Media.
Yeah. So he used to be a writer for OVW, and he was in charge of television too. And the thing that he said, and it makes sense to me, is as much as people want to believe, live audiences do not matter.
Mm,
Numbers of people in the stadium does not matter. It
mm.
it looks good on TV, but think back to what WWE did during COVID. All they had was TV screens, and they still kept going, right? Because they had that multi-million-dollar TV deal.
Yeah.
The show, there's a reason why they have a camera that they all look
Yes.
at when they talk, and it looks like when you're sitting at home that they're talking to you because they're facing that camera that's pointing on the TV screen. And
Mm.
people put really too much emphasis on the number of people in the stands. Another thing that people
Yeah.
don't really pay attention to about the AEW does that really no other production does is they're in a city for 3 nights, 2 to 3 nights back to back to back.
Yeah.
So how many people can afford to take their family to a wrestling show 3 nights a week?
Not
Right?
many. Not
Right.
many.
So you're going to catch one, and which one are you going to try to go to? I'm going to try to go to the main show or the one that they're advertising the guys that I want to see, because
Yes.
AEW
Yes.
has a deep roster. So if they're advertising a match that's on Collision, I'm going to try to catch the Collision show and not Dynamite or the other one.
That's a
So
really good point. That is a really good point. I didn't
people
even think.
sleep on
Yeah.
the people sleep on those details, but it really matters. And think about WWE and how they do it. NXT is always filmed in Orlando at the Performance Center.
Yeah.
SmackDown and Raw are in a different city. Each show's in a different city every week. They're like their own
They're moving.
universes rotating around the country. They're
They're
never back to back in the same city. If they're in Chattanooga on Raw, they're not fixing to be in Chattanooga on SmackDown. They're probably somewhere way else. So
yeah.
that's, to me, I don't really care how many people are live in the audience. It matters how much merch they buy and how much the TV contract is. The rest of it doesn't really matter.
That's a pretty good point. Breeze, what are your thoughts on that? You look like you got
Yeah.
a lot to get off your chest there. So
Yeah, me and Big K-Dawg have gone back and forth about this, about the idea of all empty wrestling, as some would call it. Man, it's rough. I think for the appearance of things, like I feel you, Big K-Dawg, and I'm with you on that, because at the end of the day, Jim Ross said it best years ago. He said about TNA, he's like, look, you don't have to be the hottest brand out to make money and have a profitable business. So I do believe that AEW is doing it. Tony Khan's not stupid when it comes to business. However, it's the perception things, and their TV ratings are not the best. It looks like their shows are not very well attended, while WWE shows are selling out. The challenge I think that we're coming to is this: it's just like, the bar or what have you, any party. If it doesn't seem like it's popping, then people are like, that's not the show. That's not the go-to spot. Even if that's not true, the public perception is making it seem like they can't draw a crowd. They can't draw money. And unfortunately, there's a stigma, and there's a lot of creators like ourselves who will jump on that stigma.
yes, man, now I'm 50-50 because there's AEW seems like, and even the fans, they're always justifying this. Whenever people post those pictures online, oh, look at they had to black out this section, they had to black out that section. And we see those pictures all the time, and people, it's like, hey, stop posting them. That's ridiculous, whatever. But it does look bad. But I'm sure that, like you said, Tony Khan, I hope he's not stupid enough to just be running through his money and not getting anything out of it. But there's got to be there, like K-Dawg said, there's got to be something there that's making AEW do the things that they do, which is like booking the territory, how they would call it, just stay on one city for multiple shows, even though they know this is probably not going to be a very good idea as far as ticket sales, but they keep doing it. And I always wondered why, but that does make a lot of sense. K-Dawg, that you said that. I want to switch gears a little bit here. Now that we're on this topic on AEW, one major star in AEW that we haven't seen in a long time is MJF. I don't know if you guys heard about this recently, but MJF was said to be either backstage after the Big Business Dynamite show, where he was meeting with the AEW people, the AEW executives. They don't know when he's going to come back, but the reports are now saying that when MJF comes back, he's going to continue that storyline that where they're going to pick up where he left off with Adam Cole and the whole double thing and all that. What do you guys think about that? Let's go with you first, Breeze, and then we'll get K-Dawg's thoughts.
Yeah, no doubt, man. You know what? I will go on record to say this. I'm not the biggest MJF fan. Having said that, I respect his work, and that MJF has been able to switch from heel to babyface to is he a heel? Is he a babyface? Oh no, he's a babyface. He's incredible at evoking emotion. Dude's phenomenal at that. Take nothing away from that. I think John Cena messed things up storyline wise because he did an interview with Chris Van Vliet. John Cena, on his interview with Chris Van Vliet, which was a recent interview because he talked about meeting MJF on the set of Iron Claw, he said to MJF, bro, you're actually a really cool guy in real life. I wish you were on our team. That is to say, MJF obviously is still employed by AEW.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like Cena kind of let that slip because now we're like, oh, snap, dude, storyline wise, he's supposed to be in limbo. But it would suggest that dude's definitely signed to AEW because Cena's like, yeah, ain't nobody on our side saying you're signed. And if anybody would know, Cena would know. So this whole thing, I think that MJF has an opportunity to really create a deep, evolved storyline that we desperately need in AEW. Because Adam Cole and Undisputed Kingdom, nothing wrong with them. I love these guys. I love what they're doing, but for some reason, I think honestly, it's because Adam Cole can't wrestle right now. It's a little flat.
Yeah.
It's just Matt Taven and Mike, not Mike Kanellis. I don't want to call him Mike Kanellis. Dang it, it's escaping me right now.
Mike Bennett.
Yeah.
Mike Bennett, thank you. Matt Taven and Mike Bennett just, I'm sorry, they're not the biggest draw. Wardlow, they kind of dropped the ball with Wardlow.
Yep.
Roderick Strong to me is money. I like Roderick Strong. I like how he's been presenting, everything he's been doing, his wrestling, his gimmick. I like Roderick Strong. But you got literally one guy out of your crew that's really somebody who people resonate with. That's not good. Not for a faction. So MJF has to come back and insert something into that storyline to make it interesting. And God willing, that'll happen.
Yeah. Yeah, that faction, the Undisputed Kingdom, I saw them on Dynamite. They wrestled Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta. And this is kind of to continue the little feud that they got going. Roderick Strong defeated Orange Cassidy at the pay-per-view. Now he's a champion. So they got that feud going. Or I don't know if you can call it a feud.
Yeah.
But they lost a lot of steam. They being the Undisputed Kingdom lost a lot of steam. And their match last night at Dynamite, I was just like, I don't want to see this tag team match. Like, so I don't know, K-Dawg. How do you feel about all this?
There's a couple things that I think are trying to be done to create interest in the situation. Like I read somewhere, I haven't checked this, so don't take this as fact, but didn't they? I thought I read somewhere that they removed MJF from like archives and websites, so you can't find anything about him on there to try to create something. I mean, AEW would be absolute business fools to let that guy go to another company.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just doesn't make dollars and cents, if you know what I'm saying. Now, to speak on the tag team match, oh, that was so like, I like Orange Cassidy as a singles wrestler, and I think he has created enough to where he can go up a level. I just that tag team match was so boring. It really was. The I thought who was the other tag team match? Do you remember?
The other tag team, the Bucks and Private Party.
That was a lot better match than the Orange Cassidy one.
Oh
And
wow,
I
that's
just
saying something right there.
it was, because it was just like a bunch of super kicks and weird stuff. But to me, that was a better thought out, played out match than the Orange Cassidy match. I don't even. I'm not really. I don't really watch as much AEW as Breezy does. He's kind of like the AEW guy. So I'm just now getting kind of caught up. Like, we were talking about the women's match where they had the thumbtacks and all that stuff.
Yeah, the one from Rampage last week, right?
Yeah, for me, as somebody that's just turning it on and watching it, pretty decent match. But as somebody that's followed it, you're like Breezy said, it's like, what? It didn't make sense.
No,
But
not at all. Not at all.
and like, I'm watching last night the match with Willow and Sky Blue. Like, I'm sorry, but I used to be married to a woman that looks similar to Willow in body stature, and them little girls ain't gonna throw her around.
Yeah.
I had a hard time throwing her around, if you know what I'm saying. And so it just, like Breezy said, the suspension of belief is just not there. Like, I'm 6'2", 380 pounds, 165-pound guy. He ain't fitting to throw me. He ain't fitting to move me. He ain't fitting to do nothing.
Ain't finna move me. I mean,
he's gonna hit me, and I'm gonna look at him and be like, okay, now what? Now how do you want to handle this? Because I'm about to get mad. And then I'm gonna pick him up and chuck him across the ring.
In all fairness, Big K-Dawg has fell on me, and I sustained a major injury.
Oh no!
We were scrapping in Tang Sudo. We were training Tang Sudo together, and I snatched him up and spun him around, and when we hit the ground, I fell on top of him. Did a little damage to the old shoulder.
Oh, Breezy. Just a little damage, Breezy. He called it a little damage, Breezy.
I had to go through TSA, and TSA, mind you, and negative shout out. All right, all y'all out there in Charleston, South Carolina, should be ashamed of yourselves. Because TSA, they're like, sir, can you lift your arms like this? And I'm like,
you're like, no, I can't.
I'm like, I said, dude, I got this. That's all I got. And they're like,
sir,
oh, well,
sir, I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to lift your arms, sir. What do you got down there, sir? Sir, I'm gonna tase you. Nah.
Dude, no, for real. It might as well have been that. So yeah, bro. I mean, having just to say, yeah. How is it that what you're talking about, Big K-Dawg? How can it? It doesn't make sense. It just don't make sense.
No, yeah, and that's one of the issues I have with AEW, and I get a lot of shit for it. Oh well, it's wrestling. It's not real. That you have to suspend your belief. And I'm like, yes, I get it, but like also at the same time, I want to be able to be like, oh shit, that can happen, that shit. Okay, I can believe that. Like the Takeshita versus Swerve match. That match was really good for the same reason, because Takeshita, even though Swerve's the guy, Takeshita is a lot bigger, and I can believe him being the shit out of Swerve.
A lot. He could beat a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, Takeshita, man, that's my guy, man. I was kind of I was 50-50 on that main event match. Either way, Swerve. You guys think he's gonna pull it off now that he's the number one contender?
Well, first and foremost, pause. All right, but also,
wait, what did I say?
oh
You
man,
said
this man said,
you
"Can you
think he's
pull it
gonna
off?"
pull it off?
Like what?
Pull off the win, the stint, the
Okay,
victory.
all right, okay. Hey, no,
God
hold
damn.
it straight. But dude, we get each other like, bro. It could be any little thing, dude. The whole show, we get each other every single time.
Oh, that
Oh,
sounds
man.
good.
I half the time I'm on your side, Edgar. I'm like, that's not what I even said. Like,
We
even
get
in the
each other.
context.
If it's remotely sus, we get it.
I'm usually pretty good about catching things like that, but I was the first time I got called pause off pulling it off. But okay, all right. It's all fair. It's all fair.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Cut to commercial break. Oh
Yeah.
man, no. But no, honestly, legitimately, I think if anybody, AEW, man, put the belt on Swerve, bro. And worst case, if it's not popping, you got Samoa Joe waiting in the wings. You got a strong champ. Go ahead and do a rubber match, do a rematch, do a series of matches, and get it off of them.
Yeah. We
I
have
mean, if you look at it's kind of paralleling WWE in a sense that you have a super hot face versus a major villain. And the difference really and truly is Swerve tends to lean a little more towards the dark side than the face side.
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, is he though?
Yeah.
Is he a baby
Definitely
face?
anti-hero.
In that sense, though, in him versus Samoa Joe, 100% he's the face.
Now, here, if I was AEW, I would definitely push Swerve, and this is for demographic purposes, right? I mean, it's proven that at the end of the day, the African American demographic are large consumers, very much a consumer culture, just by all standards of business, of any merchandising, whatever. I would push that demographic. I would broadcast. I would get Swerve out there as much as possible. And it sounds bad to say, but hey, use what you got. I would say, hey, man, look what we're doing with this Black World Champion. Swerve's the man. We're getting behind him. I would do whatever it takes to really push that demographic, push the music videos, push the merch. Hey, Swerve's got a new song on Apple Music. Download it today. Whatever. I would push anything that Swerve has got going on. Get 8 custom edition Swerve sneakers. Joe, there's a sky's the limit.
Yeah.
I would push that rubber to the moon.
Well, it sounds like Breezy is definitely rooting for Swerve to win at Dynasty. Is that what I'm picking up?
I Swerve when I tried, bro.
Yeah.
I wasn't a Swerve guy, and he won me over. He won me over.
Right.
I think those matches with Adam Page really did a lot to solidify him as a professional wrestler. You know, his character, man, that was some great work.
I hate to say it, man, but you're right.
WWE fumbled.
Yeah,
they fumbled.
Yeah, Swerve used to be in WWE.
Oh yeah, he was. He was over on NXT.
Yeah, and he was in the original Hit Row.
Yep.
Over with Papa H over there.
Yeah.
All right, so we got two out of 3 for Swerve winning at Dynasty. I don't think
you're allowed to be wrong, bro. It's okay.
I think it's way too soon.
Hey, Swerve all day, baby.
It's way too Joe.
Hey man, I tell you what,
Joe still got a long run. He got a long run to go. I think Joe does.
If Swerve wins, I tell you what, bro, I got to cop out of Snug Wrestling. Matter of fact, we'll put it on heavyweightshop.com. If Swerve wins, we'll have an official Snug Wrestling custom shirt, right? We'll say Snug 1, Heavyweight 0, right? We'll do a 1-0 custom shirt on
All right.
heavyshop.com.
Hell yeah. And Snug
We'll
Wrestling's gonna win it. Now we will. We'll see. We'll see. You guys usually catch the pay-per-views over there on AEW?
I don't.
Yeah.
I did watch the last one because I wanted to see Will Ospreay's first pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did because that was amazing
Mm-hmm.
and probably the match of the year so far, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And also I got to see that stupid that thing that Darby Allin jumping off the ladder onto the glass. That was
Oh my
insanely retarded.
god. Oh
That
my
was,
god.
that was crazy. That I mean, that was worth the price of admission in and of itself to see that kid try to kill himself. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
Darby
he
Allin
did
didn't
that.
make it, bro.
Go ahead, Breeze.
No, my bad. I was going to say Darby Allin didn't make it. The guy that we're seeing now is not the real Darby Allin.
He's an imposter.
Facts. He didn't make it.
I can't believe like he did that, right? But he seemed fine. Breeze, he's getting on some conspiracy. He's saying that's not the real Darby Allin anymore. But this dude got back up, and then next week wrestles a regular TV match, and then breaks his foot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, but you jumping off of ladders, doing that, and you're just fine. But you do this, and then you break it with that. I don't know. I don't get that shit. But
you know,
I'm glad that
the Jeff Hardy syndrome.
Jeff Hardy wasn't as fragile, was he?
Well, you remember Jeff Hardy never broke anything, but Jeff Hardy went out and did motocross and broke his leg. It's Jeff Hardy syndrome. It's like you could dive off a doggone a skyscraper and be fine, but literally, like somebody run over your foot in the grocery store with a shopping cart, and you're like, oh,
you're fucked.
I broke 7 bones in my foot.
Yeah, you can be practicing some karate with your pal, or what were you guys doing? And then you fucked up your shoulder. Yeah,
facts.
Then you get a fucked up shoulder out of nowhere.
Yeah, facts. But Dutch Mantel talked about that. And he said it was stupid. It was just stupid because you're going to get yourself hurt and get off TV. It's just stupid.
Yeah, and the Dirty Dutch, he's usually pretty positive when it comes to AEW too.
Mm-hmm.
So if even he says that shit was stupid,
he's a WWE hater. That's all because they fired him. So.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Oh, he's just salty. He's salty still. But yeah, he was putting over the Young Bucks. When they found out that the Young Bucks were going to be the ones to retire Sting, Dutch was like, "Oh yeah, those guys are going to make Sting look so good." And and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah. I feel him. I can see that. I can see that.
That's Dirty Dutch Mantel. So, what are your thoughts about AJ Francis, aka Top Dollar?
Bye, Felicia.
Breezy.
Hey, so here. Listen to this. The local indie shows that we're talking about, where Matt Riddle's going to be there, he loses to those guys all the time live.
So he's the job guy even in the indies.
In Miami, yeah, he loses all the time down there.
Oh man,
there's an old saying, and I've said this before, and Breezy, you can back me up. If you bought him for what he was worth and sold him for what he thought he was worth, you'd never work a day the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. It's just his head is this big in real life, and it just.
Oh, I can tell.
His talent is there.
I can tell. He's a male version of Mercedes Moné, just a legend in his own head.
Ooh, he's trying to go there on you, Breezy. He's trying to go there on you.
But listen,
did I hit
y'all stop? But y'all stop hating on AJ Francis, because I will say this: he's a champ.
Where
he's a bona fide champ.
He's the Cheez-Its.
The Cheez-It champion.
Oh, okay. That I believe.
Yeah, you
I'm
didn't
like,
see
what
that.
the
You didn't see
hell?
that. You didn't see that promo. Look it up. Look up the AJ Francis Cheez It Championship. It's stupid.
I'm gonna
He's
look that up because
literally
I
got
was
it.
like, yeah, I was like, what champion? Where? How? What? Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. What if I told y'all
Well,
that? Go ahead,
no,
Breeze.
go ahead, go ahead. Okay. No,
What?
he
What?
showed up at TNA. And
Yes.
Joe Hendry in TNA, oh my gosh, it was hilarious. He made an entire song and video out of it and clowned the
Okay.
boy so bad about being a Cheese the Champ. He had footage of him, photos of him, Cheese the Champion, so proud, and make it so bad. AJ Francis actually did an interview and was talking about all the cool stuff he did with WWE and all the attention he drew to the brand, and he named
Mm-hmm.
that as one of his accolades.
Yep.
He's like, I brokered that deal. I got the cheese. Oh, I was a cheese champion, and I'm like, dog, that's not a flag.
Oh my God. So he
It's
thought he
not a
was Macho
flag.
Man for Cheez-Its.
Yo,
Yeah,
facts.
exactly.
Oh man. Well, hey,
I'm a cheese
Breezy.
champ.
Breezy, I don't know if you heard. I hate to be the one to break the bad news on you, but I noticed on your TikTok that you watch TNA every now and then, right?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Did you know that AJ Francis signed to TNA for the rest of the year?
I realized that he was doing some work with him. I didn't know the extent of his contract. Really?
Yeah, for the rest of the year, for the rest of 2024, according to this article here by Wrestle Inc. They were saying that, what does it say? I'll tell you right now. Yeah. Francis has signed a deal to keep him in TNA for the remainder of 2024 with the ability to make appearances in companies like MLW, NWA, New Japan, and it's thanks to their working relationship with TNA. So you got to get used to seeing your boy AJ Francis on TNA for the rest of the year
Oh,
at least.
yo. I will say for TNA and AJ Francis, TNA is the land of redemption. So
Yep.
anybody can help AJ Francis is TNA because you got to think Drew McIntyre,
Yep.
AJ Styles, of course, was a TNA homegrown, but Cody Rhodes made his appearances there. You've got guys who've gone and done big things in TNA and come back around, and it helped. Trinity Fox, Naomi.
Yep.
It's the land of second chances and redemption. And it could be that for AJ Francis. Maybe this is what he needs to refine his character and get back on the map. So I don't hate the guy. I'm just not very impressed by what we've seen so far. But I do. I wish the best for any comes back around and has a Cinderella story. And that one day, he comes on the heavyweight commentary show and clowns us. Hey, I'm all for it.
Facts.
Yeah, like, hey, come on over.
And then he gonna catch that beat down because don't nobody mess with the champs.
Oh, yo, fam. Hey, listen, we reigning defending. Hey, Edgar, get you a tag team partner, dog. We put the titles on the line. We are the reigning World Heavyweight Podcast champions.
I can believe that. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to get someone there.
Put the titles on the line.
All right, as long as it ain't no Cheez-It championship, then I'm down.
Nah, dog. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, bro. You don't want that smoke. You don't want that smoke, homie.
I'm the
Wait, so you're talking
about the Funyuns champ?
So what are we doing? Are we talking like arm wrestling or something, or how do we get these belts off of you guys?
Bruh, you don't want that smoke either, cuz.
Oh goddamn!
You don't want that smoke either.
I was just it was just an example. I was just kidding.
Hey, we got to come stipulation for the bout. We got to come up with a stipulation. We'll have to get right with that. We'll put the belts on the line.
Oh yeah.
I'll be down for that. Man, I'm a little intimidated by you guys now, man. With your, you guys gotta. Okay, I see why you call yourselves the heavyweight commentators now. How
Hey,
wait, how
hey,
long have you
bro.
guys
It ain't because we flyways, dog.
how
You're
long have you
heavy,
guys been
bro.
how long have you guys been doing the heavyweight commentating for?
Almost a year now, right, Breezy?
Yeah, yeah. It April officially be a year, man.
Yep.
That's crazy, man. Happy soon to be anniversary for your guys' show.
Man.
Yeah.
You guys
Thank you.
have man such a short period of time, and you guys have a crazy following on your guys' TikTok. Um, so besides TikTok, are you guys also on audio, YouTube? You guys have you guys have your own podcast too and everything? Or tell us a little bit about what you guys do over on your show.
You got it, Big K-Dawg.
Oh, okay. I don't. Let me.
Yeah. Go ahead. Stretch on them.
Let me flex on them a little bit. Now,
Yes, man.
so our home is TikTok. TikTok's been really good to us. We started out
Yes.
there. We built like you said, a good following there. We're working on building our Insta right now. We're kind of focusing on that, trying to get Insta up to the level of TikTok. But we have YouTube. But what we do is we just push stuff over. Every once in a while, we'll do a live like you got going here, and we have Twitch, we have Kick, we have Insta, YouTube, TikTok, any kind of social media you could think of. We're on all of it, but our main focus is TikTok because that's where we started. But really, what we do is we have one night a week, Wednesday night, where we have the VIP lounge show. The VIP lounge is just that. You got to be VIP to get in. And we talk wrestling. We go over a recap of the week of wrestling and our thoughts on what's going on. Now, we try to be interactive with the chat. If chat gets stupid, we'll tell them to shut up, and we have mods that'll mute them. But we try to keep it on wrestling. Now, like we talked pre-show, man, last night was crazy. We got off on a 30-minute tangent about how our parents used to say crazy stuff when we was a kid. Like you got beat for drinking the Kool-Aid down to the line and you didn't make no more.
Yeah.
Because Rock beat Cody like that.
Rock,
That's how beat
Rock,
Cody.
Rock beat Cody like he drank the orange juice down and just left a swig in the bottle.
Yeah, he beat him silly. He did.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it gets a little off topic sometimes, but our roots are in wrestling. We've both been wrestling fans since we were like little kids. I'm talking for me. I'm 47, and I've been a wrestling fan since I was like 5-6 years old. Like as long as I can remember, wrestling's always been a part of my life.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
that was our vibe when Breezy and I first met. The thing that we really connected was we both found out that we liked wrestling. And what really solidified our friendship was he thought he was going to beat me in a chop off contest.
Oh,
And
Breezy.
and I put the fear of God in him when I hit him with the frying pan.
He hit it with.
What were
with the
you
Keith
thinking,
Lee.
man?
So the first time we talked,
we gotta pull out the
we did it.
archives.
We did it 2 times. Well, 3 times now, really. The first time he was confident. He's like, yeah. I said, all right, we're gonna have a Ric Flair chop off, and he goes, no, let's do a cruiserweight status. I said, okay. So we did an overweight. He hit me, and I was like, that's it, cuz. And my man like knocked the wind out of him. I hit him so hard.
Dude, I thought I heard thunder, and then I collapsed.
Oh my god. Oh, that sounds
But
brutal.
now,
Wait, was this shirt or shirtless chaps?
It's a
Because
shirt.
that makes a big difference.
this was
It's
shirt.
shirt.
And
This was shirt.
even then, man,
Hey, bro.
even then.
I mean, I got meat hooks, bro. I don't even have hands. I got paws.
That'll
And
do it justice. This dude got some massive hands.
Brees, you got a lot of
well,
confidence, man, to take up a challenge like that, man.
I mean, here.
You know what, bro?
This is an iPhone
Okay.
13 Pro Max, and my hand is bigger than that. So
That's the biggest iPhone right there in your hand.
yeah,
Goes all over it.
yeah, I can palm it. Now that's what kind of solidified us as being friends because it was like, oh, it's on. And then we did the Keith Lee double chop to each other, and he wore that like he was like he no sold it, and then so I mean that was kind of the start of it. He looks at me one day and he goes, "Hey man," I go, "What's up?" He goes, "Why don't we do a wrestling podcast?" I was like, "Okay." He's like, "Let's just do it right now," and I was like, "Okay." So we pulled out microphones and just recorded it, and we didn't know what we were doing. We talked for what? It was like 3 hours, Breezy. Camera wasn't
Yeah,
even
something crazy
on.
like that. Oh
Microphones
my god.
microphones weren't
Yeah.
on. And the part that we did get recorded with the sound place, the part where we were at, the sound was so bad it was echoing. You couldn't hardly hear anything. So then we said, all right, we're gonna do this right. Then we'll do it one more time next week. And we met in his office, and like we had the cell phone sitting there just far enough so you had to like squint to read the comments. But we're like scrunched up next to each other like we're sitting in the cheap seats talking about wrestling. And
You
it's
can see
just
it on
grown from
YouTube.
there. Yeah.
We have those clips on YouTube still.
I'm gonna have
If
to
you
go
go
check them out.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube, you can go all the way back on the live videos, go all the way down, and you'll see our original video. And it literally is us sitting like this next to each other. And and then it kind of just like,
Two heavyweights just all crunched up.
yeah, man.
Oh,
I
for
mean, think
real.
about it. When you got your phone facing you and you're trying to get two people in that screen, and it's only gonna be far
Ain't no
enough away
joke.
where you can see it, it ain't wide angle, that's for sure. So, and I don't think at that time TikTok
Mhm.
allowed you to film in landscape format. You had to
No.
film vertical. So we were scrunched up in there, but it's just kind of progressed from there to we
Dude,
got
wow.
like I
So
said pre-show, we got a nice camera, we got a soundboard, we built a set, everything. I mean, it's crazy now.
so earlier, K-Dawg, you mentioned that for VIP members. So Breezy, how do you become a VIP member for the heavyweight commentary show?
I'm so glad you asked, fam. Because on TikTok, we just reduced our subscription, I should say. And we were $5.99, now $2.69. You can
Oh,
subscribe
okay.
Rebucks.
to heavyweight commentary. What do you get for that? You get your VIP designation in the chat, priority in the chat. You get VIP stickers in the chat, and you also get a free gift from heavyweightshop.com.
Yep, we send everybody who
Damn.
subscribes some form of gift from heavyweightshop.com.
That's
And if you're
awesome,
really
man.
cool, we're gonna hook you up. If if we kind of
Yeah,
like, we'll send you a little something.
yeah.
That
Everybody gets
If you,
stickers, but you could get something
yep.
else.
yeah, man, that's tight. That's dope, man. Or how we like to say over here in the West Coast in California, that's hella tight.
Oh yeah, so y'all on the hella. I know y'all how y'all do out there. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
that's
That's
how
what's
we get.
up.
That's hella cool. That's hella cool.
Where are you
But
at in
I'm in the best city in Cali. I'm in the capital. You guys know what the capital of California is?
Sacramento?
Yes, I'm surprised. Not a lot of people know
Yo,
Sacramento. A lot of people are like, "Sacco, what? What I thought the capital was
Sacktown,
no.
LA."
Sacktown, baby.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
like, "I thought the capital was LA." Like, what? No, it's Sacramento. I'm like, oh, we
Yeah.
never heard of that place. No,
exactly.
our
Hey,
city is getting it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. It's especially now that our NBA team, the Kings, are popping off now. I don't know if you guys follow NBA as much, but man, we had like a decade, maybe more, of just dry spell, just like horrible seasons. And a couple of weeks
yeah.
ago, they started picking things up again, and the city is it's getting a lot bigger now, and I mean, it's nothing compared to I'm sure Florida over there where
No,
you guys are from.
bro.
But
That's what's up. Oh, well, you know, it's just like us, man. We're like nestled in between your larger cities in Florida. So we're right down the street from Orlando, Miami, West Palm Beach. You know, some of your bigger Daytona Beach. We're all in that area in the Treasure Coast region of Florida. But our towns are actually kind of, you know, smaller towns, as you know, which are decent cities, but like we're within of all your major spots. So the cool thing is I've been able to scoot over to watch TNA when they were in their prime. And then, of course, you know, we've seen NXT right here in our town of Fort Pierce. So
Yeah, in fact,
it's
they're
been
going to
pretty
be
lit
here
for
tomorrow
wrestling.
night.
so they don't just do NXT, too many pronouns about NXT, they perform in other places, not just the PC Center, then, right?
Correct. So
Okay.
what they do is they do a lot of house shows, and in the house shows they try out stuff to use on the main show. So they try out characters, they try out gimmicks, move sets, feuds, all kinds of stuff happens. Like
Yeah.
all that
Kind of like
you
in the
see-
main roster, like the same way that they do in the main roster. Oh,
Yep,
okay.
yep. It's
Now,
just a smaller version.
have you guys been to the PC
Yeah.
Center?
I have not. I think you
No.
have, right, Breezy? No, you haven't been.
No, I have not, man. You know, I was on Full Sail campus and I did not actually get over there and check out the NXT taping. I'm trying to get my daughter to go to Full Sail so that way I kind of have an inroad. You know, we'll see.
My nephew's there, and I'm like, bro, I need to get some tickets. He's like, they won't even let us near that
real.
place.
To the PC Center?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that the tickets are free, I think. Like you have to like register for them, but you have to like sign up, and then you have to take like you have to meet at like some location and then take a shuttle, and then they'll take you there to the PC Center, watch the show, and then after the show they'll shuttle you back to wherever they picked you up from. But it's like really private and one of
Yeah.
those things that's like I'm like, is it that serious? I guess so.
It-
Maybe
it-
because it's
it
like
is
Yeah,
because
because
it's
you never
it's
know
so
who you could
accessible.
see.
Yeah.
Well, you think
You
too,
don't know-
Jade Cargill was in there before anybody knew the deal, so you never know. You could run into somebody PC and be like, "Oh snap!" You know.
yeah, it's like some Area 51 type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Think about it. They just don't want every Joe Schmill going up in there. They're trying to work. So it's kind of like you wouldn't want just random people walking up to your place of business and be like, "Yo, Edgar, what's up, man? What's up, Snug Wrestling in the house?" I mean, I personally I would think that was dope, but it would not be conducive to good business if your side
Right.
hustle's coming up in the business all the time. So just having random people walk up, yeah, it's probably not the best look, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised when I heard that, but then I thought about it and I'm like, you know what? That actually makes a lot of fucking sense.
And Florida wild, bro. You don't never know who's sitting to walk up in there. It's
Man.
wild out here.
Oh man, that's one of the running jokes out here in California, man. Hey, you read some crazy shit that happened on the internet. It's probably from Florida, huh?
Yeah.
yes,
Facts.
no
Hey,
cap,
facts.
no cap.
Yeah.
Because bro, real
That's
talk.
real life.
You have to think we party during hurricanes. Okay.
Yep.
Half the time, an alligator could be in your backyard, right? It may eat your dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like
Hey,
it's
even where
whatever
you
down
guys even where you guys live at, you guys damn.
bro. There's
Hey,
gator warnings all the time.
Listen, if you walk up on a standing body of water in Florida, just assume that there's alligators in there. That way you'll be safe.
legit.
If you mess around like, oh, man, there ain't no gators in there, you're gonna leave with half a leg, dog, for real.
Bro,
Shit.
people have raccoons as pets. They're
Yeah,
releasing like boa constrictors, like Amazon snakes into the wild. So next
hey,
thing
you
you know,
seen
you got
seen
like
them
massive
big
snakes.
them big green lizards?
Yeah.
They just
The-
like in the wintertime they'll fall out of the tree because it gets cold and they'll just fall on the ground. Bam!
Well,
And
like
then they'll
like
look
in
at
it,
you.
like just like iguanas or what are
Yeah,
those other things called?
Big iguanas,
Yeah.
man, like 4 or
Yeah.
5 feet long, just fall out of the tree. bam,
Oh man,
and
see,
then
There's
they
iguanas
like
running
look
around
around
wild,
and then they
bro.
run away. You're
man,
like,
see, I'm glad I'm a California boy, man. Cause
Bro.
I don't fuck with reptiles, man. I can't do snakes. I
oh
can't
yeah,
do anything with
Ooh,
scales,
oh
iguanas, crocodiles.
it's all out here, cuz it's everywhere.
bro. There was recently somebody had an African ring neck lizard, black body, red neck, yellow head. Now
Yep.
that somebody let that thing go and it's multiplied all throughout, and now it's an invasive species, bro. They're
That sounds
everywhere,
deadly as fuck. Anything with
bro.
like nice colors like that looks all pretty, it most likely can kill you with like one bite or something crazy.
It was crazy. They don't mess with you, but not for nothing. I was throwing my trash out, and I saw one like just standing over the body of a small lizard. And I was like, "What'd you do?" And he ran. He's like, but I'm like, bro,
Fuck,
this is crazy. You have
fuck
a
that.
giant lizard that eats lizards.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck
what we
that noise.
do. That's daily life here, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stay my happy ass over here.
You come to Florida, we got something for you, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck, that's
That
wild.
them
You know Jake the
stories is
Snake
true.
Snake? Jake the Snake had Damien. Bro, we
Yeah.
got snakes that make him look like a worm.
Yeah.
That's
Shit.
every day in Florida. You go out in your backyard, you don't know. It could be a possum. It could
Hey,
be a snake. Could be
why
armadillo.
why go all the way to Australia when you can just go to Florida and get the same experience? Nah, I'm just kidding.
Hey,
Facts.
we have theme parks with alligators in them, cuz.
Fuck.
There's Gatorland,
That's
legit.
wild.
Yeah.
Legit, go to
Legit in
Gatorland.
Orlando, you can go and they got hundreds of alligators in there. Big 16-foot long alligators, big enough to eat you, not a problem.
Oh my god. Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you though. I appreciate the information and all, but nah. Well, since man, y'all are too much fun, man. Go check out the show. Go check out the heavyweight commentators. Before I let you guys go, man, we already flew by an entire hour.
Crazy.
Because this is a road to WrestleMania. Is Cody Rhodes? I gotta ask. I asked this to all my guests. Is Cody Rhodes gonna finish the story? K-Dawg, what? Tell me what I want to hear. Is he gonna finish it? Yes or yes?
I think they've painted themselves into a color. You got to go the other way, cuz I'm on the other side.
Oh no, on my screen, you on this side. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
That's weird.
I think here's and we've talked about this on our show. He loses night one. They lose the tag team match. Bloodline rules night two. Against insurmountable odds, the babyface goes over. I'm not saying he's going to keep the title long, but he has to go over. Otherwise, they've wasted 2 years of and the beating Hogan doesn't mean anything. Beating Hogan's reign doesn't mean anything. I mean, and real talk, if you want to get down to beating a title reign, who's going to mess with the number one? Because you can say what you want, but old boy was 8 years as a champion.
Bruno?
San Martino.
Yeah.
If you want to talk
we don't talk about Bruno. I'm just kidding.
Nah,
we talk about Bruno.
We really don't.
Nobody's gonna touch it. Nobody's gonna be champion for 8 years. Not in today's age. It's too much of a fact.
Yeah, no one wants to see that. I don't think anyone wants to see that either.
People are tired of Roman being champion for 3 years because he only fights once every 6 months.
Yeah.
And then when he does fight, he got to have somebody cheat to help him win. He ain't won a clean match in 3 years. I'm saying that at some point as a champ, you got to win a match clean. You can't always have your boys run in and save you. At some point, you got to win a clean match. He ain't done that since he's been champ. Now, again, I think they've painted themselves into a corner where Cody has to go over. He's got to. Again, otherwise, how do you resurrect that, finish the story thing? You can't.
Yeah. And also they added that little stipulation that if Cody loses, he can't challenge for that belt ever again, right?
Yes.
Wasn't that one of the stipulations?
Yes.
So they've made it to where they have no choice but for him to go over. Now, again, how long he keeps it afterwards, that's yet to be seen. And we all know face champions don't last very long. But in my opinion, he has to go over at WrestleMania. Night 2, Bloodline rules. I think, honestly, it's going to be like the biggest group of interference you've ever seen in your life. Bloodline people coming down, people from the main roster going down that you don't even know have got Cody's back. It's just going to just keep like crazy. People are going to just be all over the place fighting, and all the distraction is going to create an area for Cody and Roman to wrestle, and Cody pins him 1, 2, 3 in the center clean for the victory.
All right, Big K-Dawg got Cody finishing the story. Breezy,
I
what
also
about
have
you, man?
Cody. Yeah, no doubt, bro. I got Cody finishing his story. What I would like to see, like Big K-Dawg said, I would like to see either the Nightmare family, because Cody has his own wrestling school, Nightmare Factory. I love to see them all come out and rush, and Cody reinforce. There's wrestling has more than one royal family, right? Push that, make that
Yeah.
a thing. Secondly, I would like to see, I don't know if we'll see it. I don't think we'll see it. But here's wishful thinking. Finn Balor, AJ Styles, the
Facts.
Good Brothers. Cody plays that card. He says, hey, brothers, too sweet.
And
For
if you notice,
life.
he's been doing that a lot in his promos now. He's been going,
Yeah.
I'm saying for life. So I would love to see a Bullet Club reunion at WrestleMania 40.
Ooh.
Where Cody calls upon his brothers and says, y'all have to come through. I know we went our separate ways. We did this thing, but this is family.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come out and they say, for one night only, we're going to support Cody. And then I'd love to see it carry on. I'd love to see it be like, you know what? Y'all, you forced me into it. Especially after this beatdown. Where does Cody go from this beatdown from Raw? He has to enlist the aid of some people who maybe he would have never called upon. But in a time like this, he needs somebody to have his back. And who better than his brothers in the club?
Man, that sounds the more I hear you say that now, man, I can go for that.
Hey, call it Nightmare Club.
That
It don't
sounds
have to
tight.
be Bullet Club. Call it the Nightmare Club. I don't care what you call it. But let's make it happen.
Yeah, for sure, man. The possibilities, man. That's what's so interesting about this. Like anything can happen. There's so many things that can happen. You know, there's still that little chance that Roman Reigns might actually, you know, retain. And if he does, man,
that's going to be the biggest swerve in the history of WWE if he retains.
Dude, if I know this, when they count to 3 and a Philly crowd, they are going to tear that place apart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that especially in Philly.
Bro, they're going to tear that place from the rafters on down. And nobody will be safe. They're going to have to escort Roman out with security. Dude, I
so much heat. So much heat, man. That would get so much heat.
Yeah.
You know what? I kind of want to see Roman Reigns just to see what happens after that show, man.
The only way Cody can lose, I think, to be honest with you, has got to be a referee stoppage.
Okay.
Where the bloodline beats the boy so bad that the referee says enough.
Throw in the white towel. Wave the white flag. Yeah.
Roman Reigns wins by knockout, by referee stoppage, just by brutality. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I think Cody should actually lose.
Mm-hmm. Man, that's just gonna be tight. I can't wait. We got about a week and a half left for that. It's gonna be awesome. We'll see if Cody finishes the story. And what was the match that we talked? Oh yeah, and we also got Dynasty coming up. We'll see if Swerve can finish his story too. So we got a lot of shit going on in wrestling, man. It's gonna be fun. Fellas, tell everyone where they can find you guys again over on TikTok.
heavyweight commentary, baby. That's all you got to look up. Look for the skulls. It's the heavyweight, the skulls and the crowns. Heavyweight commentary.
Heavyweight commentary, baby. You already know. That's right.
It's on every social media, but we're live on TikTok Wednesday nights. And I'm just gonna say it kind of varies. We don't have a set start time. We kind of meet and we start talking, and it was like, all right, you ready? Yep. Click.
Well, we're usually on by 9 o'clock. So if you log on around 9 o'clock Wednesday nights, we're typically on by about 9 o'clock, give or take. 9:03.
Dope, man. Dope. All right. Well, that was K-Dawg and Br33zy from the Heavyweight Commentators. Man, thank you guys for being with us here today. I am Edgar. This was Snug Wrestling, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Edgar. Much love, homie. Much love. Holla.